Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with men's golfer Teddy Corcoran, riding captain Maia Robbins, and men's cross-country runner Levi Warring. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington Lee athletics. In a battle for first place in the ODAC at Watt Field, the 20th-ranked women's soccer team fell 1-0 to number 10 Lynchburg. Men's soccer defeated Guilford 2-1, while football ran away from Bridgewater for a 42-13 win. Down in Newport news, volleyball picked up non-conference victories over York and Christopher Newport. Men's and women's swimming scored dual meet wins over Randolph-Macon, while field hockey fell 3-1 to the Yellow Jackets, and riding tied for fourth at the Hollins Invitational. I'm joined now by Teddy Corcoran, sophomore golfer from Rochester, New York. Teddy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You competed in just 2 events for Washington Lee this fall, and yet you finished second at the Virginia State Intercollegiate a couple of weeks ago. How pleased were you to be able to contribute in limited action this fall?
It was great. I got off to a bit of a rough start at the beginning of the season this year, and I feel like it made me appreciate my spot on the team more. I didn't take it for granted, and I had a lot of fun coming back and was just happy to contribute and help out the team.
Overall, how would you say the fall has gone for Washington Lee?
I think the fall was really encouraging. When you look at the freshmen that we were able to bring in this year, they made an immediate impact and were extremely helpful and just kind of raised the level of our team. And we also had some guys that were out. Mark Sawinski was injured, and he was one of our top contributors. So when he comes back in the spring, we're going to be looking to do really good things.
You earned first-team All-ODAC honors during your rookie year in 2012-2013. What kind of personal expectations do you have as a sophomore?
Always looking to build consistency and get in better understanding of your swing, being able to troubleshoot out on the golf course. But I think really just the big thing would be able to go low, have those rounds where everything's clicking and firing on all cylinders, particularly if you're able to do that in the ODAC championships, being able to help out the team, that'd be a lot of fun.
What can the team accomplish this spring?
I think our eyes are on the ODAC championships, and I think we really have all the pieces to come in first and to get an automatic bid to the NCAA championship. So it's just a matter of having everything come into place, having everyone be focused and just peaking at the right time.
With me now is Maia Robbins, senior riding captain from Seattle. Maia, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
At the Hollins Invitational this past Friday, you earned the blue ribbon in the intermediate equitation on the flat. What does winning an event mean to you?
Well, our sport is very subjective, and that's, I think, what kind of sets it apart from a lot of the other varsity sports, both at Washington and Lee and just sort of in general. And we're being judged on, every aspect of our position on the horse and how well we interact with the horse. And to be able to win an event means that the judge sees that you're being as soft and as fluid as possible with the horse, which is probably one of the most difficult aspects of riding. And the stronger you are, the more soft you can be. So it really is just a nice reflection on hard work and, just being able to accomplish that.
You have a total of 4 events on the schedule in the fall, including the Bridgewater Invitational this weekend. What are the team's goals for this shorter portion of the calendar?
Well, we've been doing really well team point-wise at all the shows. We tied for 4th at the last horse show, and I believe we were 5th or 6th at the first one. And we are just hoping to climb up in the ranks as far as team points go and, get everybody as high in the points as they possibly can be individually. So,
what factors led you to attend Washington and Lee to compete in the equestrian program here?
Well, I'm from Seattle, and I really wanted to go to a college that was in a different part of the country and, just experience something different. But I obviously really wanted to go somewhere that had a good riding program too. And I came here for Accepted Students Day with my dad, and we went to a horse show at the Virginia Horse Center. And we walked in, and it was just the middle of the day. And as soon as we walked in, I saw an Olympic rider's horse going around, and I just thought, okay, yeah, this is perfect. I'll be 5 minutes away from some of the best competition in the world, and it's, the varsity program is just unbeatable here. So,
looking ahead, what are your expectations for the Generals this spring?
Last year we were 2nd at ODACs in the most competitive region in the country as far as riding goes. And I think that this year we have a really solid chance at winning ODACs. And I think that if we can climb up in the team points, we might even have a chance to go to nationals as a team.
Maia, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck this year.
Thanks for having me.
I'm joined now by Levi Warring, sophomore cross-country runner from Williamsburg, Virginia. Levi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Washington and Lee placed 9th at Paul Short, 6th at Christopher Newport in very competitive fields in both races. What did those finishes tell you about the progress that the team has made this year?
We didn't have exactly our best race at Paul Short, but, we were still up there scoring-wise. So I think that just shows that we're much stronger this year, and we have the ability to really put a low score on the board, especially come ODAC. So I think we've made a lot of progress, and I think that showed.
It's been a great regular season overall. Do you feel like Washington and Lee is ahead of schedule? You've got a new head coach and just one upperclassman on the roster.
I think so. Especially, we set our team goals early on in the year. We were going for third place at ODAC's top 3 and maybe top 10 at regionals. And right now we're currently ranked 4th in the region. So I think that just shows that, we've really made a lot of progress, and I think we're looking good for the postseason.
The Generals ran the ODAC preview meet at Hampton-Sydney back in August. You've also competed at Christopher Newport, which is where the regional will be in mid-November. How will your familiarity with those courses help you in the postseason?
I think a good deal, especially more so on the regional course, just because there's a couple of teams that haven't actually raced at CNU, and I think that'll give us an advantage, whether we need to kick, how much we have left in the distance-wise. So I think that'll be good. For ODACs, they made a slight change to the course. It's a little longer, so I think it'll be good, having run that, so we'll know, where the hills are, where to work and where to, sort of stay as a group. So I think that'll be good.
I want to go back to the ODAC preview meet. W&L finished second behind Christopher Newport, which of course is not an ODAC school. The postseason conference championship is a different animal, but what will the Generals need to do to replicate their success this weekend?
I think we really have to work on getting our 1 through 5 guys really close together. We started out with a minute-and-a-half gap between those at the preview. So I think if we can get that under, 30, 45 seconds, we'll be, in a good position to score a really low score, and maybe, get second, third. So I think just, tightening up that gap a little bit, and then, hopefully have some PRs.
Levi, thanks for joining us here. Good luck at Hampton-Sydney this weekend.
Thank you for having me.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. The swimming teams head to the Mecklenburg Aquatic Center in Charlotte for the Wingate Invitational, which starts on Friday. The first 2 ODAC championships of the year will be up for grabs on Saturday as the cross-country teams compete for titles at Hampton-Sydney. The women's race begins at 11, while the men's meet starts at noon. Volleyball wraps up the regular season with the conference match at Emory and Henry, while football plays its final home game of the year against ODAC rival Catholic, and riding competes in the Bridgewater Invitational. And the ODAC tournaments begin for men's and women's soccer and field hockey. Be sure to check generalsports.com later this week for updated postseason schedules. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.